Ariana, I was at the premiere last week. This is an amazing film. What was it about this role that you had to be a part of it? Because it's such a great story.
Yeah, no, I definitely had that enthusiasm going into it. I like emailed my reps and I just told them this is the Mexican Get Out. I need to be part of it. I love this character. Um I mean there's so many things that I love about the script and about the role. In particular, I think one of the things I find most nuanced about this Latino story is the discussion or exploration into the spectrum that exists within Latinos, being Chicano or a hyphenated American versus
Mhm.
being an immigrant or Mexican. Um, and realizing that like the term Latino itself is includes 20 different countries and territories, like second, first, third, nth generation Latinos. And I think it even that alone might make a few people outside of the community realize that like being Latino doesn't just mean Mexican, which
Yes.
is kind of sometimes like this very confusing discussion you have to explain to like your white friends. You're like, no, we're not all the same. Like, how you guys are diverse, like in your stories and your backgrounds, like us too.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. That's why I relate you with your character because growing up, they used to call me Pocho all the time,
Oh my god,
and
dude!
I related so much with your character.
You know what's so fun? Like for me, and maybe it's just like a different generation, but like I I am like willingly just like I'm super fucking pocha, get the sabes away. But like, my parents and their friends, like that was such an offensive thing to say
Yeah.
to a Chicano or to someone whose parents had immigrated here. They were
Mhm.
first generation. They didn't speak like the fluency of Spanish because they didn't grow
Mhm.
up in Mexico, but they understood both languages. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
super interesting. I'm also from like a border town, the Rio Grande Valley, and like we are pocho as fuck. Like we have our own culture, and like when you lean into it, it is the most fun,
Uh-huh.
truly.
Exactly. And I love the connection between you and Tenoch and the
Oh,
storytelling you guys work together. What was it like to play off of each other to get the story told?
Tenoch is such a, I mean, such a beautiful person, but like as an actor, I mean, extremely giving in every single scene. I felt like he connected a lot, obviously, with his character, and yeah, it just felt so fluid. There was no difficulty in like making a connection on and off, set. I think like I could speak highly about the Notch forever, but he truly is such a lovely person and an actor, and that's all you can really ask for as an actor.
Yeah. And the one thing I really like enjoyed about the story is that it's a horror story that makes you think. And I love those psychological type of horror because I think that's what gets me really excited. And this is one of these films that really makes you think about what the premise is, where it's going, especially with I mean your acting was so good because it makes you wonder like is she going crazy or is this there's something happening that outside of her? How is it to find that person to create to bring that in?
I mean, the heavy lifting really is done by the writers, by the director, the DP, the editors. Um, for me, I just have to go off of what I know is true in that moment, and luckily we had such an incredible like set design and such a great like collaboration between our crew and our cast that I felt super comfortable to like take these risks and to ask questions. Um, so having to really connect with her and make sure that I showed all the adversity that she went through um, made it super easy. Like I don't think it was just because of my work and my research. I mean, I did a lot of that, but once you're on set, having such an open, safe space and such a great like crew to work with, it's already there. Like I don't have to push for it. It already exists.
Exactly. And let's go back to last week's premiere because the audience was so excited after the end of the film. when the credits come out because they really loved it. What was it like to feel that energy from the audience?
Oh, it's so crazy because I didn't think this film was that funny. And then there were so many beautiful moments
Mhm.
that the audience members picked up on, that I mean, even when I was watching it with my mom, who's the only person who's seen it in my family
Mhm.
so far, you know, I think I was so wrapped up in like, oh, how's my performance and how is this? Does it make sense? What's going on? That once there was this audience to like laugh with, and it kind of like took me out of myself. It was just such an incredible experience. So I'm having a premiere in my hometown,
Awesome.
and I'm like so excited to see the reaction and the feedback that
Mhm.
people have with the film.
Yeah, and I'm so happy with Blumhouse and what they allowed you guys to do. And
Yeah.
how important is it, because we're in Hispanic Heritage Month, to see more films like this? Because they're not. This was such something completely different that you didn't expect. And how important is it for more films like this, starring a Latino cast, really getting pushed by Latino writers?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's so important. One of my favorite parts about this project, honestly, is just having so many Latinos working in front of and behind the camera, which is very rare in this industry. I don't think I had ever had that experience before. Granted, you know, I haven't worked on like so many projects, but like the times that I have, I am the token Latina.
Mhm.
And in this particular situation, what was so cool was, rather than like me having to speak for all Latinos, everyone shared their own different experience, and it was really cool to have this like collective, collaborative goal that we were all kind of striving for.
Yeah, and then like, I don't want to spoil anything. That's why I'm being very careful on the questions that we ask. But final question that I have: what can you tell the Muse TV audience to go on your Amazon Prime and watch this on the very first day it's released?
Yeah, I mean, I highly encourage everyone, if they have the ability, to either to log onto their Amazon Prime or to find a friend who has it. Um, you know, I don't really have like a particular message that I want to get across. I think whatever they receive and however they interpret it is exactly what they need to hear. But for myself, I know after I finish shooting it, and after I finish watching it, like I can't help but want to be active in my community, to like serve and be of service however I can. So hopefully other people will try to do something similar to
Well,
that.
Ariana, this film is awesome. I enjoyed it. We're gonna push it as much as we possibly can to
Ah,
get people to watch it. And you're inspired a lot of Latinos, and I think a lot of Latino filmmakers who are up and coming to really push the envelope and to find actresses like you to play their roles. So thank you so much, Ariana. Really appreciate it.
thank you, thank you.